Okay. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6 at SEC, adequate notification of this meeting has been provided by advertising in the record. If everybody would please stand for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. What? Yeah. Dr. Cusmano, roll call, please. Here. I'm going to go off the agenda and turn the meeting over to our superintendent. We have some students who have done some excellent things over the course of their 4 years and especially their last year in school. Ms. Siaka, please. Hello.
Thank you, Mr. Nusifora. Good evening, everyone. Garfield High School is proud to announce this evening that we had 6 seniors who graduated from Bergen Community College on May 13th. They are the first class to participate in the early college program with Bergen Community College. At this time, I would like to call upon our high school principal, Ms. Dora D'Amico. I also see our Director of Guidance this evening, Ms. Dawn Donitz, and Mr. Brian Cameron, representing the high school. Ms. D'Amico?
Try that again. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Siaka. It is my pleasure and honor to be here this evening to present our early college students. And we would like to give you a little bit of background. This was about 10 years in the making. So I would like to call up Mr. Cameron to give you a little bit of the history of the program.
Good evening, members of the Board of Education, Dr. Cusmano, Ms. Siaka. Tonight really is the culmination of a program that began 10 years ago. These students have had an opportunity to achieve their associate's degree through Bergen Community College. Initially, we started this program with one course at Garfield High School 10 years ago, a U.S. history course, where students were able to take that course and earn 3 college credits through Bergen Community. Today, we have 16 courses, and students can earn 48 credits across all of our content areas. Almost all of our content areas have multiple classes, 2 history classes, 1 math class, 2 English classes, the practical arts, Italian for foreign language. We have a Tomorrow's Teachers program where students are able to earn credits by being interns in a teaching program. And throughout all of these courses, many of these students took most of their credits here at Garfield High School. However, they went the extra mile and were also taking courses at Bergen Community College to achieve the associate's degree, and that's really the next step in this process that began 10 years ago. So it started with 1 course and 3 credits. Now students are able to amass a wide variety of credits across all content areas. And these students, really, it's an honor to be here for them to not only achieve what they did over the course of 4 years of high school, but obviously to do it during the COVID pandemic. So thank you very much, and I'll turn it over to Mrs. D'Amico.
Thank you, Mr. Cameron. We have a brief PowerPoint presentation just to share with you some of the highlights of the program over the past couple of years that the students have been in early college. The students who received their associates graduated on May 13th, so we would like to share some photos with you. Again, as Mr. Cameron said, this all began with the dual enrollment program, and the students were sophomores when they decided to go down this path. Their first day of early college was September 4th, 2019. Some screenshots from their virtual graduation last week. And the commencement program, again, everything was virtual due to the pandemic. Natalia and Ashley, in addition to receiving their associate's degree, also received special honors. And we have 6 inaugural graduates from the program: Ariana Collado, Haley Garcia, Natalia Palka, Ashley Patnat, Isabella Ramirez, Olivia Zableski, and congratulations to our 7 students who started in the program, and to those who finished, and congratulations to everyone here. You're starting off college on an amazing footing. Ms. Donitz, please come up. We are at this time going to present, again, a token of our recognition of everything that you have done, and also as a token of thanks, because this has truly been a special experience for Garfield High School and the district.
When we first started this venture, and I remember it sophomore year, we sat down, myself, Mr. Cameron, and Mrs. Cutsup, to discuss the early college program. No one in that room knew what it would look like. No one in that room knew how it would end. But I am so proud of all of you for making the commitment and turning your dreams into a reality. When I call your name, please come forward. Ariana Collado will be attending Rutgers University in New Brunswick. She will major in business analytics and information technology. Haley Garcia will attend William Patterson University, where she's majoring in nursing and a minor in fine arts. Viviana Infante is one of our first 7. She's actually going into college with over 50 college credits. She can finish her associate's degree this summer if she chooses, but she is attending Brandeis University, majoring in education with a minor in Japanese and creative writing. Natalia Palka, Rutgers University, New Brunswick, where she will major in exercise science. Ashley Patnett, Rutgers University, New Brunswick, where she will major in animal science with a concentration in pre-veterinary medicine and research. Isabella Ramirez will attend Montclair University. She will major in business administration with a concentration in international business. And Olivia Zablowski, Stockton University, where she will major in hospitality, tourism, and event management. This is our inaugural class of the early college program. Garfield is very proud of you.
And in the gift bags is a little journal, just as a little token, but there's an honor cord from Bergen Community College that the ladies will be able to wear at graduation with their Garfield robes or their BCC robes. So congratulations, ladies. Again, I need to go through a few thank yous. I hope there's not a 2-minute timer the way there is on the Academy Awards, because this was 10 years in the making, and I do want to recognize all the types of support that have been involved. I still remember Ms. Cutsup saying, Dora, let's try a dual enrollment course. And then that all started the ball rolling. And then a few years later, she says, I think we're ready for early college. And then that's when the conversations began. So, first and foremost, the support of our central administration, superintendent of schools, both Mr. Parapato and Ms. Siaka, our business administrator, Dr. Cusmano, and the board for always, at every step of the way, being there, completely supporting the program, and just allowing us to grow it as we saw fit at each step. Our teachers have been incredible about this because they have earned masters in their field of expertise in their subject area, and therefore are recognized by the Bergen Community College as adjunct professors. And that's a testament to their dedication to their profession and field of study. Our Dr. Reyes Migliorino from Bergen Community College, who has checked on our students as if they are her own students, and at the same time not babying them, but empowering them to advocate for themselves along the way, schedule meetings, see professors, and she has also worked extremely closely with us in scheduling the courses at Bergen so they fit into our students' schedules so they could still participate if they choose in extracurricular activities and in athletics. Our guidance department has been amazing. Ms. Donitz, Mr. Cameron, with helping with registrations and follow-up, and there's a lot of follow-up. Their combined efforts in scheduling, in meeting our students both individually and groups, reviewing the master schedule to see any potential conflicts and fix them before they cause any problems. And again, Ms. Kutsup, who has worked tirelessly with each of the departments, with each of the students, with family members, and keeping the lines of communication open, and that means multiple emails in an hour sometimes. This has really been a project of Ms. Kutsup's, and unfortunately she can't be here, but she absolutely congratulates you and recognizes your efforts. Thank you to the families. These amazing young ladies are who they are today because of you, and you have set on this uncharted territory with us and with them as they took this leap, and you have supported your children throughout the quest. Thank you for believing in them and believing and trusting in us as well. And of course, to the 7 amazing young ladies, Ariana, Haley, Viviana, Natalia, Ashley, Isabella, and Olivia, your high school experience, I hope, has been enriched by this experience, by the early college program, and you are definitely ready for the next chapter. You have made us proud, and I know you will continue to make us proud. Thank you, and again, thank you, board members, Ms. Siaka and Dr. Cusmano.
Thank you, Mr. Miko. I would like to congratulate the staff, Ms. Donitz, Mr. Cameron, Mr. Miko, Ms. Katsup, and all the other teachers who have been involved to making this program a success. I would like to congratulate the students for what they've accomplished. What they have accomplished is why we are known as the City of Champions, because they make us what we are today. We are lifted up by what you do, by your accomplishments, and we cannot be more prouder of you than maybe your parents. Your parents also should get an AA degree for what it is that these students have gotten, because without your support and without your help, this would never be accomplished. So I would like to congratulate everybody on what has happened here today. I'd like to see it continue over the years. I have a personal stake in this because I have known Haley Garcia since she was a baby, and I've watched her grow into a wonderful young woman and has accomplished wonderful things like the rest of you have. So I wish you all good luck. Go forward from here, make your mark in the world, make your parents and yourself happy about what you do, and make sure that that you come back and say hello to the people who have helped you get to where you are today. Thank you. Yeah. I was going to ask if any of the board members have a comment that they would like to make. Mr. Fogarino?
I want to reiterate some of your comments this is an opportunity that you had. You got two birds with one stone. I want to congratulate all of you on that. Again, hard work with the parents. It's an excellent opportunity. You're leaving high school with college credits. This is fantastic. So congratulations to the whole program. I'm certainly supportive of that. And congratulations to the families and the students themselves, as well as the staff who got them for.
Thank you, Mr. Fogarino. Any other board member who would like to make a comment? Yes, Mr. Leo.
Not only as a board member, but as a previous student, Mr. Garcia, Donis, Mr. Miko, and Mr. Cameron, they were all my teachers. And not only are you great teachers, but you're outstanding human beings. And you give these students the opportunity to grow and do amazing things. And I experienced being your student, and I love you all for that. Thank you so much for the city and for the students.
Thank you, Mr. Leo. Mr. Guanto?
Yes, I'm not going to reiterate what mostly everybody did. I'm just going to go right to the parents and the children. The parents, you should be extremely proud of all your daughters. And yes, 7 women. Think about it. The movement, right? Yeah. You should all be very proud, very, very proud. And to the 7 young ladies that achieved this, never stop reaching for the stars. Always stay ahead of the curve and just continue to succeed. Never stop. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Guanto. Anybody else? Mr. Vice President?
I have a daughter and one on the way, so I want to congratulate all you women. I want to say young women, and this is a big stepping stone for you guys to be able to get this opportunity, and I know all of you are going to take advantage of it, and you're all going to be something great in the future. And I just want to congratulate you, and it's amazing to see you fine young ladies doing these types of things and making a name for yourself at this age. I hope my daughter does the same, and my one on the way, I hope she does the same too. That it's amazing. So congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Barber. Anyone else would like to make a comment? Yes, Mr. Barquette.
First of all, being a student in Garfield, school number 7, Garfield High School. And I was teaching my first position at school number 3, which is knocked down. It's no longer there. I'm on Harrison Ave. Moving through the ranks, I became principal, acting superintendent, business administrator. This town is unbelievable. You children, you students are unbelievable. And I can tell you one thing, with you here, we're going to continue to strive. I wish you well in the future. Your parents, thank you for what you've done, and have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barquette. Anybody else would like to make a comment? Any of the parents like to make a comment? We'd like to hear from you if you do. Okay, thank you very much.
Continue with the superintendent's report. Congratulations to our students this evening. As superintendent, I'm so proud of you. You represent Garfield in the best and the most amazing way, so congratulations to you. I remember many of you from middle school, and it's just such a pleasure to see how you have grown over the last 4 years and what you've already achieved. I can't wait to hear more about what you will achieve. As far as our program at the high school, I do want to acknowledge Mr. Miko, Ms. Cutsup, who is not here this evening, but did send me an email and asked me to let all of you know that she extends, quote, her sincere jubilation to the early college students for the attainment of your degree. I want to thank Ms. Cutsup. She really has put forth so much effort over the years in this program. It was kind of her baby and something that she wanted to see reach this point. I also want to acknowledge Ms. Stonitz and Mr. Cameron, who have put so much into it, and as we said, all of our teachers that really made this work, kept you motivated and inspired. You're an inspiration to me this evening, so congratulations to you and all of our wonderful families here this evening. Thank you. We're going to move on with the Garfield High School Student of the Month. Our Student of the Month for April is Peter Petrowski, and Miss Robin will make the presentation.
Good evening, Ms. Siaka, Dr. Kuzmano, Ms. D'Amico, and the entire Board of Education. I am here to proudly present the April Student of the Month to Petar Petrowski. Every day, it seems that I am learning something new that this outstanding young man is doing in the Garfield community and the Garfield High School community. It seems that every time somebody needs help, this young man is the one who volunteers to do it. He is talented and he is kind, and he uses that to help as many people as he can. I was lucky to have him on my yearbook staff for the past 2 years and as a student this year. And the yearbook has been a challenge in these challenging times. And no matter what I needed photography-wise or when I needed it, Petar was there to help with whatever he could do. His talent is showcased throughout the book, and I can't wait for it to come out for everybody to see. I believe that that all the kindness he puts out in the world will come back and will reward him in the future, and I look forward to see the wonderful things that he does. He is truly everything that a Boilermaker should be. Thank you for bestowing him this honor, and have a wonderful evening.
The next item on the superintendent's agenda is the Johnson & Johnson virtual presentation that took place at Garfield Middle School. On April 28th, Johnson & Johnson hosted a coding class for our middle school sixth graders to promote computer science and engineering careers. The presenters were 6 students from Stevens Institute of Technology, Rochester Institute of Technology, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. One of the presenters who attends Stevens Institute is a former Garfield Middle School student, Javier Diaz. Javier reached out to Mrs. Rigoloso, about hosting this virtual coding event. Over 80 of our middle school students participated in a VEX robotics challenge using Python coding language. Our students were engaged and had a lot of fun participating in this event. One of the questions the students asked, when can we do this again? I chose to include this in my report because I think it's especially meaningful because Javier is a Garfield graduate who is now giving back to our district and students. It really does not get much better than that. So thank you to Javier and to those institutes for the STEAM experience for our middle school students. The next item on our agenda is a message from Mr. Jeffrey Storms, another Garfield High School graduate. On April 29th, Garfield hosted a virtual event entitled Real Talk About Racism. One of the participants at this event was former Garfield High School graduate Jeffrey Storms, who is currently an attorney at a firm in Minnesota and has represented the family of George Floyd. While we remain extremely proud of the many accomplishments of Mr. Storms and the great work that he is doing regarding social injustice and racism, it was brought to the attention of the Board of Ed that Mr. Storms had made some remarks that can be considered disparaging against the great city of Garfield. I reached out to Mr. Storms for clarification and for comments on those remarks. And Mr. Storms had a great conversation with me and then followed it with this email. Superintendent Siaka, I appreciated the opportunity to speak with you yesterday. As we discussed, I am very proud of my hometown of Garfield, and I was honored to have the opportunity to appear on last week's Real Talk About Racism panel. Since then, it has come to my attention there were some concerns raised about an interview that I did 2 years ago for a very small Minnesota legal publication, excerpts of which were recently republished in the Record. I am grateful for the opportunity to share some additional context surrounding my past comments. In moving to Minnesota, the folks here ask where I'm from in New Jersey. I would often get, "Are you from the Jersey Shore?" As a point of reference, I would sometimes explain that I'm from North Jersey, the area frequently depicted in The Sopranos. While I may reference The Sopranos as a TV show and a broader depiction of North Jersey with a certain level of pride, I do recognize that everyone may not share an appreciation for that depiction. By no means have I ever intended to reference my hometown or its citizens in a pejorative fashion. I certainly would never intentionally cast Italians or Italian Americans in a negative light. They are my friends and family. Italian culture has left an indelible mark on both the city and my life. With all due respect to the vast contributions of many other important groups and cultures, I don't think it's even possible to tell the story of Garfield as a city without referencing the many contributions and acts of service and leadership that have come from Garfield's Italian and Italian American community. I hope this message conveys how seriously I have taken these concerns and my love for my hometown. I'm truly sorry for any pain my words have caused. You have my cell phone number, and you're welcome to share it with any member of the Board of Education who wishes to discuss this matter further with me. I truly thank you for bringing this matter to my attention and for giving me the opportunity to better reflect on how I can describe the city that I will always consider my home. Sincerely, Jeff Storms. I want to thank Mr. Storms for the candid conversation that he had with me, and also for the email that he has sent to be read publicly. Just a quick update on graduation. So I'm very happy to announce that we are having graduation this year on time and as scheduled. It would be on June 21st for Garfield High School. It will take place outside at the Garfield High School football stadium. All high school graduates and family will participate in one ceremony again. The middle school graduation is planned to take place on June 17th. It will also be outdoors this year at the Garfield High School Stadium. I'm happy to announce that masks will not be required outdoors at the graduation ceremonies. However, we will continue to implement social distancing when seating our students and families at these events. And just a real quick update on the opening of school and what we know so far. As per the governor's announcement on May 17th, all students will be back in school for full-time, in-person instruction in the fall. Parents and guardians will no longer have the option to choose remote learning. Staff will no longer have the option to teach remotely. We have no further guidance at this time regarding mask wearing or social distancing, but you know that we will keep you informed as the information comes in. I want to thank you all again for being here. Thank you for those watching at home. And again, congratulations to our very special graduates this evening from Bergen Community College.
Thank you, Ms. Siaka. Thank you, Ms. Siaka. Before we do that, we have a couple of, well, I was going to do that first. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the prior. You won't even let me finish what I'm saying, huh? The May 3rd minutes, work session and regular meeting. So moved by Mr. Fogarino, second by Mr. Derrick. A voice vote, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Passed and carried. Superintendent's report was already given. Okay, yeah, no, I want to do the certificates of appreciation. Mr. Barber?
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion for the board to adopt a resolution to recognize the heroic efforts of Tabish Tahir, Christopher Fascini, Justin Pacifico by adopting a proclamation at this meeting tonight.
Somebody make a motion to that? I'll second that. Okay. Motion by Mr. Gornto, second by Alan Fogarino. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Okay.
I'd like to, you want me to read I'll read the proclamation.
Yeah, please do.
If you guys want to come up and stand here, you could go by the mic. It says, whereas on May 13th, 2021, an ice cream truck and its driver careened down a steep embankment off Henry Hudson Drive in Fort Lee, New Jersey, falling some 20 feet before hitting trees and landing on its left side. And whereas 3 Good Samaritans, Hackensack Special Police Officer Tabish Tahir, and Garfield residents Christopher, pardon me, am I saying your name right, Fascini? Mm-hmm. And Justin Pacifico, who were in a nearby park with their families and saw the crash, jumped into action. And whereas they raced into the woods and began climbing to the vehicle, and when they reached the truck, they worked to rescue the driver, and Christopher Fascini got his knife out, broke the windshield, and the men got the driver out safely. And whereas the driver complained of head and neck pain and was taken to Hackensack University Medical Center. And whereas these men deserve a public commendation for placing the safety of a trapped and injured individual above their own safety. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Education of the City of Garfield, Bergen County, New Jersey, that Hackensack Special Police Officer Tabish Tahir and Garfield residents Christopher Fascini and Justin Pacifico are hereby publicly thanked and commended for the courageous acts performed on May 13th, 2021, given beyond measure and without regard for personal safety, in which they demonstrated an exemplary and uncommon concern for the life of another, which is an example for all Garfield students and faculty upon which to reflect. And we have a certificate here. And this is on behalf of the entire board, and what you guys did was amazing. I mean, you put your own lives at risk to save somebody else, and you know, I hate to say it, most people are pulling out their cameras these days instead of jumping into action, and it's amazing what you guys did, and we appreciate it, and you guys are role models. You're real life heroes.
Gentlemen, come on up and get your certifications from, you don't need that.
This is
Front towards the camera. There you go.
and then this is you. These are friends with one of you.
Yeah.
We want to give this
Yeah.
to you.
Hello.
He's not here.
He's not here.
Yeah, nice. That's great stuff. Again, I appreciate it.
Congratulations to those 3 gentlemen who jumped into action when they didn't have to, Good Samaritans. And another reason why Garfield is known as the City of Champions. We have people who put their own safety at risk to help other people, and we want to thank you publicly for that. Okay. Do we have anything else that the public needs to, before we go into close? Maybe we should do that. Yeah, okay. All right, we need a motion to go into closed session. Mr. Garnto, second by Richard. I was going to ask that.
Possible negotiation, possible litigation.
All right, we had a motion by Mr. Guanto, a second by Mr. Derrick. Voice vote, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Okay, let us go. Okay, need a motion to come out of closed session? Second by Alan. All in favor, voice vote? Aye. All opposed? Okay. Committee reports. Building and grounds, Mr. Mazzola? No report. Thank you. Finance, Mr. Fogarino?
No report this time, Mr. President.
Thank you. Personnel, Mr. Burkett? Okay. Security and policy, Mr. Gornto?
Yes, Mr. President, I had both my policy and security meeting on May 7th, 2021. I'll first go over my committee report summary for the policy. It was very short. Myself, Mr. Fogarino, Ms. Siaka, Dr. Guzmano were present. We spoke about agenda policy 0168, recording of board meetings. We had a short discussion in closed session, and it's still going to be determined which way we're going to go. We'll hopefully have our first reading by our next meeting, which is what, June 14th?
Yep.
So that's it with the policy. Again, my security meeting was May 7th again. Myself, Ms. Siaka, Dr. Guzmano, Dave Captiera, and Jimmy Zangaro were present. What we went over with the staffing in 2020-22. This is what we're going to have: 27 guards in total. 24 will be union and 3 will be non-union. Wait, 24 will be non-union and 3 will be union. Correction. Okay. The security director and the school safety specialist, starting in July, Mr. Captiera and Mr. Zangaro are going to switch roles. Jimmy Zangaro will now be the security director, and Mr. Captiera will be the school safety specialist. Their salaries will be switched around, although I think Mr. Zangaris is going to be less than what Mr. Captiera was getting. So we are saving money there. And I want to thank Jimmy for accepting that. And I can tell you, I know both men are doing an outstanding job. We also discussed, as of July 2021, the hourly rate for all armed security guards are going up to $30 an hour. We also spoke about the number of assigned hours per week, which was 7.25 hours per day, times 180 days is approximate salary of $39,150 for an armed security guard. We also had a discussion on retaining only armed security guards, and we've not come to a final decision yet, but we were discussing that. Discussion was had at that meeting. Security drills update from NJ DOE Office and Preparedness and Emergency Planning 12/18 presentation. Drill of the month, new protocols. We also spoke about the employee card access update. Transfer of all data will be completed by the end of June with the new system. Also spoke about the security cameras, upgrades of Ricada cameras in all schools. So all schools will be updated or are updated with the Ricada cameras. Middle school and high school, school 10 and school 9. That's the ones that were updated with those cameras. Raptor, renew for 2022, training complete by all the guards, which is a good thing. And we were discussing the security grant, NJ SIG we have a grant coming in October 21st for $37,779. Mr. President, that's the completion of both my committee reports.
Thank you, everybody, for your reports. Okay, we're going to go to the resolutions. Personnel 8.1 through 19.1, but before, I'm going to need a motion. No, you don't know what the motion is yet. You don't know what the motion is yet. Before we do that, I need a motion.
Motion by Garfield.
For what?
Just that I need a motion.
That was half of a statement. We need a motion to take, we need to table Resolution 13.1 and 13.2, which was the doctrine of necessity, which will be tabled until next meeting. I need a motion for that. So moved. All right, Mr. Ogorino, second? Marto, second. Voice vote, all in favor? All opposed? Okay, passed and carried. Okay, with the exception of those two items, personnel 8.1 through 19.1. I need a motion. Mr. Fogarino, second. Mr. Guarto, second. Any discussion? Any comments? If not, roll call.
Mr. Perry? Aye. Mr. Brianna? Mr. Brianna, unmute yourself. Mr. Brianna, can you unmute yourself? We're on resolution 8.1 through 19.1. How do you would like to vote?
Any, please.
Thank you. Mr. Leo? Aye. Mr. Fogarino? Aye. Mr. Mazzola? Aye. Mr. Garco?
Aye.
Mr. Barquette? Aye. Mr. Barber? Aye. Mr. Zafora?
Aye. Okay. Items under education, 21.1 through 28.1.
So moved, Mr. President.
Mr. Barquette, second? Second by Mr. Leo. Any discussion, any questions? If not, roll call.
Mr. Derrick? Aye. Mr. Brianna? I can't hear you. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Leo? Aye. Mr. Fogarino? Aye. Ms. Zola? Aye. Mr. Barco?
Aye.
Mr. Barquette? Aye. Mr. Barber? Aye. Mr. Zafora?
Aye. Okay, moving on to finance, 30.1 through 31.1. Need a motion. Okay, motion by Mr. Fogarino, second by Mr. Garco. Any discussion or comments? If not, roll call.
Mr. Derrick? Mr. Brianna? Mr. Leo? Aye. Mr. Fogarino? Aye. Mr. Mazzola? Aye. Mr. Garco?
Aye.
Mr. Barquette? Aye. Mr. Barber? Mr. Barber? Mr. Zafora?
Aye. Okay, building and grounds, item 33.1. Need a motion? Motion by Mr. Mazzola, second by Mr. Fogarino. Any comments or questions? If there are none, roll call. Mr. Mazzola made the motion and Fogarino second. Okay. Roll call.
Mr. Derrick? Mr. Brianna? Mr. Leo? Aye. Mr. Fogarino? Aye. Mr. Mazzola? Aye. Mr. Garco?
Aye.
Mr. Barquette? Aye. Mr. Barber? Aye. Mr. Zafora?
Aye. Athletics, item 35.1. Need a motion? Mr. Fogarino, a motion? Second? Mr. Mazzola, was that you? Yes. Mr. Mazzola, sorry, calling you before you. Any question or comments? If not, roll call.
Mr. Barry? Aye. Mr. Bianchi? Mr. Leo? Aye. Mr. Cobrino? Aye. Mr. Mazzola? Aye. Mr. Vargo? Aye. Mr. Marquette? Aye. Mr. Barber? Aye. Mr. Mussolino?
Aye. All right, the addendum has been carried till next meeting, but I believe we may need a motion to do that. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Counselor? Yes. Okay, I need a motion to,
Motion by Garfield?
motion by Richard.
37.1 and 37.2.
Yes, that's correct.
Dr. Guzmano, this is June
14.
Okay, that's carried to June 14th. Okay, we had Richard, Derek made the motion, Mr. Blanco second. Any questions or comments? If not, roll call.
Mr. Barry? Mr. Bianchi? Mr. Leo? Mr. Cobrino? Mr. Mazzola? Mr. Vargo?
Aye.
Mr. Marquette? Aye. Mr. Barber? Mr. Mussolino?
Aye. All right, that's all the agenda items. Open it up to the public. Does the public got any questions? None? Okay, open it up to the board. Any board members have comments? No? Yes, Mr. Blanco.
Again, I don't know if there's, I don't even know how many people are actually watching, but again, I'd like to just thank the 7 students, all females, for graduating at Bergen Community College. They started their sophomore year, they earned 48 credits. They obtained their associate's degree. I think that's a tremendous, tremendous feat. I'd like to, Student of the Month, Peter Petresky, I would like to congratulate him. Also, let me see. Okay, I'm glad Ms. Yaka had mentioned that June 21st, the Garfield High School will have their graduation outside. There will be no maximum or minimum capacity and no mask. Middle school, June 17th, outdoors at the Garfield High School. Also, no mask and no limit on the attendance, so that's a good thing. And I'm looking forward to opening of the schools. All students will be in person, full-time. There will be no option for remote learning or teaching, and I think that's a great thing. And again, I want to commend Ms. Siaka and Dr. Cusmano for having the Restart Committee that they set up, that I had the honor of being on as one of the board members. Again, I can't commend and tell you how impressed I was of all the brain power that was on these committees and on this committee, and how we just shared our ideas off each other, and you know, Ms. Siaka then made the decision on moving forward. And again, I commend you on your hard work and decision making. It wasn't easy, wasn't popular a lot of times with certain individuals, including myself, but it was the right decision, and I just want to commend you on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barco. I can't do anything but echo your comments, and even add to the fact that if it wasn't for our administrators and our teachers, it would have been a lot tougher year than it already was. And I got to give the students and the parents kudos for doing the best they could do with what we were thrown. You can't do anything except, you know, deal with the cards that are thrown at you. So I think we did pretty well. I just would like to say that we need to go forward, and that's why we're called the City of Champions. So, thank you very much. Anybody else have any Comments? None? Motion to adjourn? So moved by Alan, second by Dane. All in favor? Voice vote? All opposed? Thank you. Good night.